Welcome back to another episode of Musings podcast. I'm your host, Gungu Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me on another Wednesday for another amazing episode. The cold in Nairobi continues. I'm freezing. Oh my God. Today while recording, I couldn't put my feet down, so they're on the couch, and I have a fleece blanket over myself, but I'm still so freaking cold. I can feel I have socks, but they're doing nothing. The fleece blanket, it's doing nothing. I have trousers on, they're doing nothing. Yo. You should see this the way I've wrapped myself up in this fleece blanket. I'm like those little babies, the way they get wrapped up in blankets. I'm like that. I've done that to myself because it's not making any sense why it's August or August and it's this cold. I know by the time you'll be seeing this or you'll be listening to this, it will be already in September. But as I'm recording, this is still in August and it's so freaking cold. So freaking cold. And I don't know what to do. Before, while I was watching the movie for today, I was shaking at some point. I was shivering because of just how cold it is. And I don't want to drink anything hot right now because I don't want to keep peeing because that happens. And so the water from the taps, it's also so cold. I don't know. You want to hydrate, but the water is cold. You want to wash your hands, the water is so cold. Anything you want to do, the water is just so cold. Literally today, I went into the bathroom and I just stood in the pouring hot water for a good 5 minutes. I know wasting water and everything, but I just wanted to feel the warmth of the hot water just warming my insides. Because I had to do that because it's so freaking cold. Anyway, I really hope that by the time this will be coming out, it will be a little bit hotter. Because, hey, I know I usually prefer the cold season rather than the hot season. But this one is making me think things through. I think I'll need to put another pair of socks on in order to be able to be comfy. But yeah, I'll do it after recording this. So yeah, I hope that it's a little bit hotter by this time and that you've been here so far and that you're enjoying this. So welcome and thank you. Please make sure to just right now, before you even continue listening, just hit the like button. And if you want to even do one better, just go to the comments and say, "Hi, Mildred." I'll be appreciative of that. Just say, "Hi, Mildred." And I'll say hi back. Okay? Okay. So today's movie review is going to be about a Nigerian movie by the title 2 Weeks in Lagos. 2 Weeks in Lagos is a 2019 Nigerian comedy drama directed by Catherine Fasega and produced by Catherine Vasega and Sarah Inyalawal. Hope that's how you say all those names. The cast members include Beverly Naya, she plays Lola. Mauli Gava, he's back again, he plays Ejikeme. Toyin Abraham, she plays Kemi. Dr. Makinde, he plays Jide Kesoko, or is it Jide? I don't know how to read those names. Efe Irele, she plays Teniola. Tina Mba, she plays Sisi Toyin. Shafi Bello plays Mrs. Makinde. Joke Silva plays Mrs. Chukwemeka. Deyemi Okanlawon plays Joshua. Okay Ozioeshi plays Charlie. I'm butchering these names, I know. Baki Abaniwonda plays Nma. I don't know how you say that name. And Patrick Namani plays Honorable Chukwemeka, amongst other cast members. This is tough, I beg. Now, if you like spoilers like me, please continue listening to this or watching this video. If you do not like spoilers, please leave right now. Go to Netflix, watch the movie 2 Weeks in Lagos, then come back and listen to me or watch this and, enjoy yourself because this is your official spoiler alert. Okay? 2 Weeks in Lagos follows these two lovebirds, Ejikeme and Lola. So Ejikeme comes from abroad to Nigeria. Him and his friend Charlie, they're business partners in the, I think they were from the States or something like that. I don't know. But they are from abroad. So they are business partners. And so they come. The movie starts with them getting to Charlie's home. And that's where Ejikeme meets Lola. Lola is Charlie's sister. So that's when they meet. They, of course, he sees her and he falls in love like immediately. It was love at first sight. She also feels a little bit of something, but then, the family is there, so they get introduced, they eat something. He takes a plate to her because she was outside. He goes there, brings the plate to her, and they talk a little bit. Of course, there's some chemistry there, blah blah blah, and then he's interested. He actually speaks to the brother Charlie the next time they meet, and he's like, I like your sister. And Charlie's like, okay, because he knows Ejikeme and he knows that he's a good guy. Now, Ejikeme wasn't using his full name while talking to Charlie, even though they've known each other for a while, and he was also not using his full name while talking to Lola. So Lola and Charlie's family really didn't know who Ejikeme really was. Like, they didn't know his parents. His parents are actually Honorable Chukwuemeka and Mrs. Chukwuemeka. So he didn't want people to know him by his family's name because of the political ties, and he didn't want people to really know about that. That's why Charlie doesn't know that he's a politician's son, and neither did Lola. So they start talking, they, meet at some point at a restaurant, and they start going out, they go for a picnic, blah blah blah, they're getting to know each other, and he eventually proposes to Lola. This was just 2 weeks after they had known each other, and she was like, we have hardly known each other for a long time. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I know you, and I'm sure about what I want. I want you, and I'm in love with you, and I want you. Are you in love with me? And she says like, yeah. So what do you think? Yes. He gives her this necklace that belonged to his grandma, like his maternal grandma. And so he goes like, I've already ordered the ring, it's going to come, but in the meantime, I'm giving you this necklace so that you can keep it, and like, as long as you have it, you know that you and I are always going to be together, or something like that. I don't know. So they do that, and he goes home, he's happy. But on the other side, the parents, Honorable Chukwuemeka and Mrs. Chukwuemeka, they were in politics, and so they wanted Ejikeme to get married to a friend of theirs. So there's this guy who was vying for presidency, and they wanted Honorable Chukwuemeka to be his running mate, like to vie for the vice presidency. And so, in order to make that happen, and this was going to be like in 4 years' time, like not even now, like in 4 years' time. And in order to make that happen, like to put it down, lock it down completely, they wanted Ejikeme to marry that couple's daughter, only daughter. I've forgotten what her name was. And so she was like, yeah, nah, I can't do that. I'm involved with somebody, like, because he was saved, like, he was a saved guy, and so was Lola. They were both born again and everything, like, so born again that they didn't kiss until their wedding day. After the pastors had pronounced them husband and wife, they were just hugging. That was how it was. And so these guys, so these guys are forcing him and telling him all these things, and he says no, just to go over his head and stuff. The mom actually organizes for them to go for a fashion show, and the main designer at that fashion show was the lady that they wanted Ejikeme to marry. So he goes there with the mom, thinking that it's just a simple fashion show, but the mom had other plans. So they eventually meet, and the lady is like, oh, because the lady already knows that she's been promised to Ejikeme, but Ejikeme had already said no, and she didn't know, or something like that. So he realizes there's something going on, and he leaves. Then he goes and meets up with Lola again, and invites Lola for his father's 60th birthday at their home. So he wanted her to meet the parents and stuff. So on the other hand, Lola had this best friend, and they had been talking, and she was talking about her cousin who's come back from abroad to do business, blah blah blah. But Lola didn't know that they were talking about the same person, because the name that the cousin was using was different from the name that Lola was using, which was the name that Ejikeme had given them. So they were talking about the same person. This party, Ejikeme had invited Lola, and Lola's friend had also talked about a party that she was going to, a 60th anniversary or something, and they were going to the same party, but they didn't know. So anyway, that day for the birthday party arrives, and they go there and they meet each other there as well. So Ejikeme is happy to invite Lola, to introduce Lola to his family, but that other girl is there, and she's like, we need to get to know each other well, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, what do you mean? I don't want to give you the wrong impression, blah, blah, blah. She's like, let me go and get us some drinks. She comes back, hands one over to him. And he's like really confused. But then she's like, don't worry, you're very shy, but after this, we are going to get to know each other well, and everything is going to be okay. And he's like, what do you mean after this? Lola arrives with the brother Charlie, and they're talking, and he introduces them to the mom. I got upset with him at this part because he introduced Charlie as his friend from abroad, yes, but then also introduced Lola as his friend instead of his girlfriend, which would have made a difference in front of that other girl and in front of the mom. But the mom had seen the necklace that Lola was wearing, and she knew that, yeah, that's her mother's old necklace, and he was only to give it to the woman that he was going to spend the rest of his life with. So she goes to the dad, and she's like, you know what, Ejikeme has brought that woman here, and he's given her the necklace that my mom gave him, and blah, 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 blah. And so the dad goes ahead and announces that Ejikeme had already told him that he was already engaged to that other woman. And so Lola is there. She's like, what's happening? So the cousin had known about something that was happening, that their son, his cousin, now Ejikeme, was supposed to be already engaged to somebody. So they're spoken about it with Lola. But Lola didn't know that they were talking about the same person. So at that engagement, that's when she finds out, even before the dad announces. And so this other woman, that cousin of hers, that cousin of Ejikeme's, the mom, this is Sisi Toyin, she comes over and she starts talking trash about Lola, because apparently the cousin was dating another guy before, and when Lola came into the lady's life or something, that guy also wanted Lola. And so Lola exposed him, and that's how that relationship ended. And this woman, Sisi, just kept that as something against Lola, and kept on saying that Lola is the one who chased him away, that the daughter would have been happy with that guy. And the daughter keeps telling her that that man was trash. Like, if I would have ended up with him, I would have been in trouble because he's the one who's going after Lola. And so this woman at the party embarrasses Lola, and Ejikeme's mom even insults her, calling her a prostitute. She had met her twice, once at the fashion show, which she had come to pick her mom up, and the second time at that party. And she insults Lola. Lola runs away crying. Ejikeme follows, the brother follows. So he goes and talks to Lola and promises that he loves her and is not going to marry anybody else. He's going to explain everything. He didn't know what was happening, which was true. But yeah. So the next day, that lady comes back to talk to Ejikeme, and while she's saying goodbye, because Ejikeme is like, I'm in love with somebody else. I'm not going to marry you. I'm sorry that this couldn't work out. She seems to agree. But in her head, it's like, yeah, because this is how I was raised, I was promised to you, blah, blah, blah. Like, what is that? And like, I was groomed to be like this, to be with you. The F. So anyway, she seems to agree. But then when they hug to say goodbye, social media, Lola, of course, sees them. Ejikeme sees them eventually, and he goes to find Lola. Lola's dad chases him away because he's like, no, you cannot be here. We are a simple family. We don't want trouble. But then he explains, he talks to Lola. Lola comes out. They talk, and they agree to what is going to happen. She says like, okay, don't hurt me, blah, blah, blah. Next day, Lola is going to work in the morning. She's leaving her house, and these people come from somewhere from behind her, and they kidnap her. So, of course, the family is in turmoil. They're wondering where their daughter is. Ejikeme calls Charlie, tells him like they have a lead. They go and they find Lola. So, during like towards the beginning of the movie, there was this guy who was looking for work, and Lola has been helping his family and stuff. And so he was a security guard at Ejikeme's family's home or something like that. So he had seen Lola where she was put. So she's the one who called somebody, and then Ejikeme came. called Charlie, and they came. So when they got there, they came and saved Lola, but she was beat up. And I was like, why did she have to be beat up, surely? But anyway, so she was beat up. She was taken to the hospital. She was just praying when she was found. They take her to the hospital. She came and takes photos and goes and confronts the parents, and like his mom and dad, and they are there like, oh, we didn't know that, blah blah blah, and they even become cocky at some point. Like the mom, I love Joke Silver. I hope that's how you say the name, by the way. This is Mrs. Chukwemeka. But in this movie, I hated her. I usually love the way she speaks. Like she speaks like she's so posh and stuff. But in this movie, I didn't like her because of the character that she played. But anyway, that's how you know great actors, yeah? So he confronts the parents, and they are like, there's no prison that can hold us, there's no police officer that can come and arrest us, blah 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 blah. And the mom was so cocky at that moment, and he goes like, okay, this photo that I took, I'm going to put it everywhere, and then we'll see if nobody is going to arrest you, especially after they get like pressure from the West media, because if you didn't know, Lola is a British citizen. So she had a British accent, by the way. But yeah, so I don't know, that part was rushed after that, because suddenly that guy who had kidnapped Lola, I think that was Dele, came with his other thugs, and Mrs. Chukwemeka was confronting him like, who told you to beat her up, who beat her up, blah blah blah, and all of these things. At that time, Jim came or had gone somewhere, I don't know. And then Lola's mom came to confront her, and she slapped her, and I love that part. She slapped Mrs. Chukwemeka, and I was like, yes, fight for your daughter. Ejikeme comes out, holds her, and tells her, just go away, auntie, it's okay. And finally, they sit down, Ejikeme and the mom, and they talk about what happened. And he's like, you need to be born again. You are such a great woman before. I do not recognize the woman that I've turned to into now, because, I looked up to you. I became a Christian because of you. I became born again because of you. I wanted to emulate you to be the person that you are. But now this person that I've become, I just don't understand that person. And so she's like, politics is such a dirty game. You go into it thinking that you're going to change things, but then you go there and you have to make this deal, and then you have to make another deal. Eventually you lose yourself because you keep postponing and telling yourself that, yeah, I'm going to get back to all these things, but then it just never happens. But yeah, so he just forgives the mom just like that, after she organized for his fiance to be kidnapped. What she wanted was for the thugs, Dele and his thugs, to just hold Lola until Ejikeme married that other woman, which was crazy, because who does that? They're going to force your son. Actually, her plan was that Ejikeme would just think that Lola ran away and didn't want to get married to him. Yo. Anyway, so everybody forgives everybody, and the wedding plans begin. And so they go and do the traditional wedding. Of course, the fashion was on point at that point. And then they go back and they do like the white wedding. And that's the first time they kiss at the church. And then they leave, going away, driving, I think, to their honeymoon or whatever. I don't know. They just got into a car and they drove off. And that's where the movie ends, with them driving off and leaving the party. So yeah, that is 2 weeks in Lagos in a nutshell. So I love this movie, but I felt like it was so slow paced. I get like it was churchy and all of these things, but I don't know. Yes, things were happening, but I felt like the pace was so slow. I don't know why. Or maybe again, it's just because I'm tired. I've been recording and recording, as I said in the previous episode. So I don't know. I just felt like it was so slow. But eventually it catches up, and yeah, it moves forward. But that last part, again, I felt like it was so rushed. That forgiveness and everything, I needed to see Mrs. Chukwuemeka, because she had said she cannot apologize to anybody. I needed to see her go to Lola's mom and apologize, to Lola's family and apologize, to Lola and apologize for calling her a prostitute in front of everybody who was at that 60th party or whatever. Like, I didn't like that part, that it got so rushed at the end. And I don't know why they do this. It was such a long movie, 1 hour, 46 minutes. But then it just felt like it got rushed at the end, and I didn't understand. And that whole wedding scene, they should have used that to do like, the apologies. And then just done, like, what is it called? A montage of just the wedding thing happening. But anyway, It was lovely. I loved it. I won't lie. I loved it, but I'll also give it a 7 out of 10 because it's not like captivating. It wasn't so captivating that, you sit just and you don't want to walk out. You just want to sit there and watch it. No, it was, as I said, slow paced at the beginning. And even though it was moving in, because there's so many things I haven't said in between. So all those parts, some of them was like, why did you have to put this part? Why did you have to do this? In essence, like, I understand why, because they had to show these boys, like, yeah, they came to Lagos for business and they had to show them doing that business. But again, I was like, it's boring. But yeah, if you want something that is fast paced and stuff, this is not the movie for you. But it's a good enough movie. It's rated PG-13, so you can watch it with the family and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. So the online, it says it came out in 2019, but it also says that it came out in 2020. Like on Netflix, it came in 2020. So I don't know. But yeah, 2019, 2020, whatever, as long as it came out and we saw it and we saw Mawuli Gava again, so that's good. So I loved it. And so, as I said, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. But yeah, it was nice. I love the chemistry between Ejikeme and Lola. It was nice. Everybody else played nice. Mrs. Chukwemeka and the Honorable, they were okay. Lola and her mom were also amazing. And I just love the vibe with the cast. And the acting was good. Dele was crazy. He was very foolish, but yeah, he played his part. And cinematography, music, direction, editing, everything. I mean, I said this before, I don't know much about these things, but according to me, they were good. Any other reviewer that knows more about film and stuff, they might tell you like, no, this was wrong, this was this was that. But I don't know if it was the movie or it was just my TV. At the beginning, it was very, very dark. Like the pictures weren't so clear. I don't know if it was just my TV or it was because my internet was a little bit slow today. So I don't know if that was the problem or what was really the problem. I don't know. Watch it and tell me in the comment section. Tell me if it was just my TV or it was really like dark in the movie. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. It is Nigeria, so of course the fashion was on point. Yeah, I can talk about Nigerian fashion like so many times. Did I talk about the music? I don't think I did, and I don't remember any music from the movie. Oh, I remember at the beginning, it was like a sample from an international music, because I remember asking myself, did they buy the rights to that music for this movie? Because I know how expensive it could be. So I don't know if they used the original score or they used a sample of someone else's music in Nigeria who had sampled that original song. I don't know. I didn't Google it. I didn't check it. I didn't research it. I'm sorry. I didn't do it. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. Go and watch the movie. It's on Netflix. It's called 2 Weeks in Lagos. Go watch it. And I'm sure you're going to love it. Then, of course, after you do, come back, comment, on the comment section. Go to my Instagram today because I'm going to be putting the movie up, like just to tell you that I've reviewed it. And so make sure that you go there and comment as well. After you do that, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so that whenever I upload something new, you are going to be amongst the first people who are going to come and watch. Okay, bye bye now.